The Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, Episode number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to next week's episode of Book of Boba Fett. Last week, we finished up the flashbacks, it seems like. His healing was complete. We kind of seen how he saved Finnick, how he rescued Finnick, and how they got his ship, and kind of how their relationship just kind of, came to be and formed to what it is now today. And I like it, man. I like that little backstory that we got. Again, I'm enjoying the show for the most part. I think it's good. The one thing I'm kind of on is the mods, which I think that's what most people agree on, is that, when it comes to the mods, they don't really fit, at least on Tatooine or in this part of the show. But I mean, it doesn't ruin it for me, man. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying the Chrysanthemum stuff. I think he's dope as fuck, and I'm glad that he kind of joined Boba Fett's team. But the war, it seems like we're building up to it more and more. And last week we had a little nod to possibly having the Mandalorian show up, man. The way she said it and then the theme song playing, I feel like he could. We got a couple more episodes left. Obviously, we're on 5 now. Then we have 6 and 7, and then we're done with Book of Boba Fett until I'm assuming Season 2 is going to come out. Regardless, guys, I'm super excited for this, so I'm going to stop wasting time. We're going to go ahead and we're going to hop into this episode. Before we do, I do ask if you guys are new to the channel, you do hit that subscribe button, comment down below what you guys want to see next, man. Drop a like on the video for your boy. Full reaction to be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes. You guys want to check that out. Link in the description down below. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to hop into this episode.
What I'm short on is muscle.
Credits can buy muscle, if you know where to look.
Okay, didn't play it in the flashback here, but I'm pretty sure during the episode they played the Mandalorian's theme a little bit. Oh, dude. I'm excited for it, man. I feel like, I know there's 7 episodes in this, but I feel like we're kind of at the point of where things should start going kind of crazy, at least for the war with the Pikes and stuff. So I don't know how we're going to spread this out over, 3 episodes, 5, 6, and 7. It feels like it should be this episode and then the next one's the finale, but I've said stuff like that before and they've proven me wrong, so let's see what they got. This is Mando? It is, bitch! Woo! Come on now! I knew it wasn't Boba. They did it to make it look like him a little bit, but we ain't see his rocket. His armor was different. Oh my god, he still got the Beskar's fucking spear. I mean, at the end of the day, he is a bounty hunter, right? So he can always be hired.
That's not me. That doesn't even look like me.
Literally the same piercings.
I'm gonna give the rest of you the opportunity to walk out that door. I have no quarrel with you.
They're not going anywhere.
They're going somewhere.
Looks to me like you're surrounded.
You must not heard the stories.
But you look like the practical type. Let's discuss our options.
I don't know if he wants to discuss his options, man.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Damn, that boy moved quick. Ooh. Oh, bro, I forgot about the Darksaber. Oh, shit. Bro, I forgot he fucking had that. Oh my god! Ooh, he fucked himself up with it. He don't know how to use it still, He don't fight like a Jedi with it, obviously. He's got Beskar, bro. Jesus, man! Dude, I forgot about the Darksaber, man. I feel like it's been so long since I watched The Mandalorian. I've been watching so much other Star Wars content, dude. Oh, bro, he definitely don't know how to wield that thing that good yet. But I mean, it's the Darksaber, right? So at the end of the day, the Darksaber that you don't know how to use is still better than most weapons.
Your boss is dead. I'm here to collect on his bounty. I have no trouble with any of you. There's a pile of New Republic credits in there that I have no right to. If you do me the honor of letting me pass, you all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve from your former employer.
So was the guy he just killed and collected the bounty on the same one that was at the meeting with Boba Fett? I don't think it was it? I mean, I know it was the same race, but I don't know if it was the exact same person. Dude, he did more damage to himself than anyone else did to him. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be careful with that. Come on now, Mando. Return to the Mandalorian. Wow. This is pretty crazy. Have we seen this before? Oh, this is where he's at. That's where he just did that at. I thought this was on Tatooine. Man, dude. It really feels like we're watching the Mandalorian again now. Yeah, look at that. Bro, you need some training with that saber. Maybe Ahsoka can help him train. I mean, the Mandalorians that have always wielded it never used it the same way that a Jedi uses a lightsaber anyway, right? Like, they have their own fighting style with it. Ooh. Bro, the doorways be so small. Like, damn, you can't make them a little bigger for the brother? Oh, this is who he's looking for. I thought that's what that symbol was. He found her. Is this his first time seeing her since way back when? Dude, her armor is dope as hell.
Tend to him.
Ooh, more Mandalorians. Is that the same big dude from back in season 1?
I didn't know if I would ever see you again.
It is.
Thank you for saving me on Navarre. I am sorry for your sacrifice.
There are 3 of us now.
What weapon caused such a wound?
This.
Paz Vizsla. Bring it to me.
You say Vizsla? Is he from House Vizsla? Did we ever know that? Maybe they did mention it before and I forgot. He's related to Pre-Vizsla then, no?
It is said one warrior will defeat 20, and the multitudes will fall before it. If, however, it is not won in combat and falls into the hands of the undeserving, it will be a curse unto the nation.
Which is what happened in Rebels when Sabine gave it. When Sabine gave it away,
The
man.
hilt is of a quality of Beskar I have never seen before.
It was forged over 1,000 years ago by the Mandalore Tar Vizsla. He was both Mandalorian and Jedi. Then you may join our covert as we rebuild.
This is the way.
Ooh.
The way.
So he can join them officially now since, I mean, yeah, because he finished the shit with Grogu. So Tar Vizsla was the one who made the hilt for the Darksaber originally, and he was a Jedi and a Mandalorian. That's a crazy combination, isn't it?
Where did you come upon the Beskar spear?
It was the gift of a Jedi. I used it to defeat Moff Gideon.
It can also pierce Beskar armor. Mandalorian steel is meant for armor, not weapons.
She wants to
Then
smelt
forge
it.
into a-
The Darksaber is a more noble weapon for you to wield.
So we're really just gonna destroy this, essentially, reforge it into some armor? Is it gonna be armor for him or someone else? I mean, what more can he add to his armor?
Bo-Katan Kryze.
Bo-Katan is a cautionary tale. She once laid claim to rule Mandalore based purely on blood and the sword you now possess.
That she got
But
from
it was
Sabine.
gifted to- Bo-Katan Kryze was born of a mighty house, but they lost sight of the way. They lost their way, and we lost our world. Had our sect not been cloistered on the moon of Concordia, we would have not survived the Great Purge.
We're getting that backstory. I remember questioning it way back when, man. Way back when she was introduced and everything going on with the Darksaber and how Moff Gideon got it.
From the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Man, they really just bombed them out, huh? Yeah, it's sad, but the effects look great, man. Wow, look at that. Who was the robot? Was that from Rogue One? K2, I think was his name. Man, look at all those Mandalorian helmets.
Only those that walked the way escaped the curse prophesied in the Creed. Though our numbers were scattered to the winds, our adherence to the way has preserved our legacy for the generations until we may someday return to our homeworld. What shall I forge?
Something for a foundling.
This is the way.
Oh,
For a specific foundling.
Grogu?
Grogu.
He's no longer in your care.
I want to see him. Make sure he's safe.
In order to master the ways of the Force, Jedi must forego all attachment.
That is the opposite of our creed.
What shall I forge for the foundling Grogu?
Chest plate or a helmet to protect him? That's awesome, man. So he is gonna see him again at some point. I mean, yeah, Jedi can't have attachment and stuff, but that doesn't mean they can't have friends or see people multiple times, you know what I mean? Interesting. So they really just destroying this spear. I get what she's saying, because it can like pierce Beskar armor. The whole point of Beskar armor is that essentially nothing can pierce it. It's funny the way she tied it. The ears are kind of like the ends are kind of like Grogu's ears a little bit. And I said he needed training.
It gets heavier with each move.
That is because you are fighting against the blade.
You gotta
should be
let it
fighting
go.
Against your opponent. Stand up.
You gotta be one with the blade. Use it as an extension of yourself. You know what I mean?
Solus. Tad.
She is messing him up.
There. Feel it? You are too weak to fight the Darksaber. It will win if you fight against it. Cannot control it with your strength.
Use your mind.
It was forged by my ancestor, founder of House Vizsla,
And now it belongs to me.
because you won it in combat.
That's right.
And now I will win it from you.
Dude, there's only 3 of us left. You really want to have one of us die?
You agree to this duel, Din Djarin?
I do.
Dude, it's so cool, man. It looks great. Ooh. Ooh. I mean, the Darksaber can't cut through Beskar.
Fate has brought this blade back to my clan. And
Bro, it's heavy as hell for him, huh? You can tell by the way he's moving it. It really don't connect with him. Ooh, the music, dude, I love it.
It is done.
Paz Vizsla, have you ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it ever been removed by others?
never.
Din Djarin, have you ever removed your helmet? Have you ever removed your helmet?
Yep. Multiple times now.
I have.
Then you are a Mandalorian no more.
Wow.
According to Creed, one may only be redeemed in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore.
But the mines have all been destroyed.
This is the way.
Gotta find a way down there. I mean, this is only the way for like this small group of Mandalorians. Like, there's so many other Mandalorians out there that we've met throughout Star Wars that have taken their helmets off. Different houses and things like that, right? Different little clans. They're still considered Mandalorians. It's just these people follow like the root core like original rule set for what makes a Mandalorian, right? Jeez, man, because he took it off twice. He took it off back when they did that mission with Boba Fett and them in the cafeteria, and then he also took it off in front of Grogu at the end. I mean, he's still a Mandalorian, just not by their standards, right? But I mean, there's plenty of Mandalorians we know that take off their helmet. Like Sabine, bro, she was always chilling with her helmet off. You know? And she's a Mandalorian. Dude, this is, I forget this is Book of Boba Fett, not the fucking Mandalorian. Shit, we haven't seen Boba Fett at all this episode. I mean, I'm assuming that they're gonna hire Mando and that's how it's gonna connect to Boba Fett. Is that like one of the droids that Cal Kestis has?
No, please.
Bro, the droids don't even care. They chillin'.
Right this way. I'll wait till you get your eyes on this baby.
It's not gonna be anything compared to the
Where's your
Razor
unlikely
Crest, is it?
companion?
I returned him to his own kind.
Why the hell would you do that? I could have made good money off that thing. Open a petting zoo.
Not what he wanted for him. That ain't it.
Where's the Razor Crest?
I never said I had a Razor Crest. I said I had a replacement for a Razor Crest.
I don't have time for this.
That's
Hang
not even,
on
that
a
doesn't even
second.
compare.
Do you have any idea what this is? This is an N1 starfighter, handmade for the Royal Guard and commissioned personally by the Queen of Naboo.
This?
And I know she doesn't look like much, but you got here a lot earlier than I expected, and I didn't get a chance to finish. I mean, clearly you can see I've got all the parts right here.
It's just not big enough, bro. We need storage.
Because this baby's pre-Empire, she's off the grid. And did I mention she can jump into hyperspace with no docking ring? I mean, come on.
It does have some positives to it, but like, bro, this is more like this is like your second car you take out for fun.
You gotta at least let me put her together before you decide. You give me that? Get this baby up and going.
It's gonna take a minute.
Faster if you helped.
Do I get a discount? Bro, like this is like the second car you have for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you got your main car that's practical and shit. He needs something that's practical. I mean, I get it's just him flying now, but what about when he does bounties, all his weapons, things like that?
Focus, right?
I found you a Turbonic Venturi power simulator. You're gonna be the fastest ship on the Outer Rim.
Where did you get this?
It's brand new. Well, Jawa new.
The Jawas had a Turbonic Venturi simulator from a Galactic Republic-era starfighter?
Well, they didn't have it, they got it. I don't ask, they don't tell. They get me what I asked for in exchange. I let them pick through my dumpster.
Can I meet them?
Yeah, sure. R5! See if the Jawas are still out back.
He's had some
Been a Jawa for a
interaction.
while.
He's had some interaction with Jawas.
A lot of issues. Oh, here they are.
If I give them a list of parts, could they get them for me?
She speaks that.
They said make a wish list and they'll see what's available.
Okay, I'm looking for mostly bolt-on aftermarket speed mods. This is all hand-built custom.
The parts you want, the specs you need, and I'm gonna make it work, all right? I dated a Jawa. I know what I'm doing. Right?
How does that work?
Oh, that's okay. I'm working on me right now. Just go find the parts.
You dated a Jawa. You know what? I kind of believe that. Bro, I literally have that exact same light. I'm not even joking.
Thanks, little guy.
That's cool. I wonder if that's the exact same droid that Cal Kestis has, because she called him BD. And I'm pretty sure that was the name of his droid too, or if that's just like the type of droid he is, like how R2 is an astromech.
Hands on this baby. You want to thank me now or you want to thank me later?
You get me a Razor Crest, you can have it right back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bantha did all. These are a lot harder to come by than some plain old Razor Crest. Razor Crest.
Sometimes what's easier to come by can be better, man, you know?
So get on the groove. Slide it. There you go. Get it
Bro, how
right
much
there.
time has
Close to
passed?
the
It's gotta be
knee.
days,
Go
right?
left. I got it. They said they crawled under a Pike Spice runner and crimped it off while they were refueling.
From the Pikes.
Gutsy little fellas.
Everyone's afraid of them, and law enforcement won't even go near them.
Well, thanks.
Thanks. What? Are you kidding me? What'd you do that for? You're gonna spoil them. Are you trying to make me look bad?
She's like, I just let him go through the trash. They got some balls stealing from the Pikes. His new shit, man, it looks clean and it matches his Beskar armor. But again, dude, he just needs something bigger.
Start her up.
Really?
Yeah, start her up.
Entire thing blows up. Imagine.
Turning over.
Give it a little bit more juice.
There it is. It's that throwback shit, man.
That's a lot of engine for a little ship.
Well, see what she can do.
Shouldn't we run a diagnostic first?
Nah, I can hear her. She's purring.
This thing is gonna be zooming, man. I'm telling you, like, I feel like this would be good as a secondary ship, but you still need your kind of main ship for when you gotta travel with more kind of supplies and stuff. Like, you can't bring no bounty back in that, no person, no weapons, anything.
Engaging forward drives.
But she's a starfighter, so fly her like one.
Okay, I'll open her up.
To say the least, bro. That thing is zipping. I know I was talking a lot of shit about it, but it is pretty badass. It's nice.
We'll come up to Beggar's Canyon.
Ooh, here we go. Getting into some tight spaces.
She tracks like a rail speeder.
What did I tell you? Razor Crest.
Bro, is this the same area that Anakin was doing his pod racing at?
Let's see what she's got.
Oh, I love the music, man. And she said it can jump to light speed too without even having to use the rings. Some X-Wings.
Was I doing something wrong, officer?
You're not allowed to fly that fast next to a commercial ship.
You're also operating without a beacon.
Sorry, officer. I got a little carried away there. Transmitting now.
Your engine model doesn't match your power drive.
We just built her.
I was taking her up for a test flight. Haven't been able to update the registration just yet.
Relinquish your flight controls for remote control access.
Wow.
Hold on a sec. I think we can let him off with a warning this time. Thank you, officer.
I'll have that taken care of.
One thing before you go.
Your voice is mighty familiar. Did you used to fly a Razor Crest?
Yep.
That ship showed up on a transponder log back in Navarro in an incident involving Imperial remnants.
And I'm out. Yep. Bro.
How did it jump?
It didn't power up his hyperdrives.
Didn't jump, kid. Those were his sublight thrusters.
Are we reporting this?
You want to go back to base, fill out reports all day?
No, sir.
Yeah, that thing goes vroom, man. That motherfucker was out. It's cool to see him in this again, making the cameos. That was awesome.
Well, how was it?
Wizard.
Those J-type pulse engines really tighten the old evacuation port, don't they? Oh,
I'll take it.
By the way, an old friend of yours dropped by, said she was looking for you.
A friend of mine?
Don't worry.
Fennec?
I told her I didn't know where you were.
She tell you her name?
Fennec Shan.
Yep, of course she's still here.
By any chance, are you looking for work?
Might could be.
Pay is good.
What's the bounty? Tell him it's on the house. But first, I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
He's gonna go see Grogu first. He is gonna work with Boba Fett for free too. Damn, that's the end, you bitch! Ah, shit! It does put a smile on my face, man. Oh, I'm gonna let the credits play here and enjoy this concept art as always. But Book of Boba Fett, season 1, episode number 5 is in the books, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say Mandalorian season 2, episode 7, or season 3, episode 0, maybe? Like, this whole episode was literally the Mandalorian, and I mean, I guess like, this is one thing people were saying too, is that Boba Fett, like, they felt like he wasn't focused on enough for his own show. So I guess with the Mandalorian coming in, I can kind of see that. Like the previous episodes, he's been focused on a lot. You know, he's had his entire flashback situation. He's had stuff going on current day and everything like that. Like I know Finnick is around. She's a big focus too. We had the Hutts at one point, Chrysanthemum and things like that. But I mean, Boba Fett's been the main focus of every episode pretty much up until this point, I will say. So unless 6 and 7 go like this as well, which I don't think it will. I think this is more so, I think that this episode in here was thrown in to you know, kind of be able to bring the Mandalorian in and also have him set up, because with the way we ended the Mandalorian season 2, obviously he had the Darksaber, he lost the Razor Crest and things like that, so they needed to kind of build him up. And the Mandalorian season 3 is now, so they couldn't do that, so they gave him an episode in this. But I can definitely understand why people kind of felt like it took away focus from Boba Fett, right? Because Boba Fett, man, I mean, I haven't read comics or anything like that. I only know Boba Fett from the movies and from the shows, you know, Clone Wars and stuff like that as a kid. But people have said Boba Fett is like badass in the comics, you know what I mean? But this is also like later, this isn't like comic book time, if I'm correct. Like I think the comic stuff takes place like what, around like episodes 3 and 4. I mean, I'm sure the comics take place over a wide range, but like his badass moments, I'm sure he was younger. Like are the comics you guys are talking about, is he this old in them or what? Because like as people get older, they learn more, they gain more experience and stuff. Like he's not as ruthless and stuff like in the show as he might be in those. But I mean, as you get older, you start to learn that being ruthless isn't everything, you know. And we see that throughout the show too. Like when he spared the pigs in the first episode, they ended up saving him. When he helped out the mods, they ended up saving him, which I'm not a fan of the mods, but I do see, you know, I don't have a problem with what he did with them. And then with Chrysanthemum too, he spared him, and he ended up coming back and helping him too. So it's like, you know, as you get older, you learn stuff that violence isn't always the answer. Violence isn't always the way, so to speak. But man, this was a cool thing to see, you know, focus on the Mandalorian for a little bit and get some time with him. I mean, I don't mind it. You know, I'm a fan of the Mandalorian. I'm a fan of Boba Fett as well, but it did feel weird just seeing him in this. Like I definitely felt like I was watching the Mandalorian during this episode. Like sometimes I had to remind myself, this is the Book of Boba Fett. This is the Book of Boba Fett, you know? And then when they brought up the pikes and things like that, but it's going to be cool to see Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Finnick, Chrysanthemum. Like these last 2 episodes, man, I want to see a nice ass battle, bro. I hope it happens. And I hope they do a good job with it, man. Chrysanthemum, Boba Fett, Finnick, and the Mandalorian. Like, I don't know who else we're going to bring in that's a powerhouse. Maybe we'll just bring in some kind of background, like side characters to help. Obviously, I'm assuming the mods are going to be there. The 2 pigs that he had as his guards and stuff too will be there. But I don't know who else we'll bring, because the Pikes, they got a lot of muscle. They got a lot of people. They got a lot of soldiers, bro. They got a lot of money too. But this is great, dude. I literally forgot the end of, you know, season 2 of The Mandalorian, he got the Darksaber. I forgot Grogu did go with Luke too, which is why I was asking where Grogu was at. But it's so cool to see him use it. You can definitely tell the Darksaber, like, it's a powerful weapon, but I mean, sometimes it's better to go with a weapon that's sometimes it's better to go with a weapon that's less powerful, that you know how to use and wield, as opposed to a weapon that's more powerful that you don't know how to use and you don't know how to wield. And we kind of see that here. Like, I feel like if he used the Beskar spear, he probably would have took everybody out without even hurting himself, and he probably would have done it in a quicker manner too. But we see he used the Darksaber and he fucked himself up a little bit and he struggled a bit, you know, but it is what it is. I wonder what he made for Grogu exactly. I know it's some type of armor, some type of protection, maybe a little helmet, maybe a little, I can't be a chest plate, that's too small. But I mean, I feel like that tiny little thing can't be a helmet either, really. I wonder what he would have made for him armor wise. Like, that bag was super tiny. Maybe we'll find that out in The Mandalorian season 3. I don't know if we'll find that out next episode or not. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't, because I feel like, again, 2 episodes left. We got a lot of stuff to kind of wrap up with the Pikes and stuff. Like, we haven't even seen Boba Fett interact with the Pikes in current day or anything. Like, I don't know if we're just going to not even have any conversation. It's just going to be all out war or what. But the whole thing with the Mandalorian, him not being a Mandalorian anymore, from what I understand, obviously over the course of Star Wars, we've seen a lot of different Mandalorians, different houses, different clans, things like that. And we've seen plenty of Mandalorians take off their helmets. And then now with this specific group, this specific clan, they kind of going back to what I understand. Because what I understand is they're going back to like the root of what a Mandalorian is, right? Like this is all like original script type shit. This is originally what they were supposed to be, never taking off their helmet and things like that. And they're going back to that. But we've seen plenty of Mandalorians that do take off their helmet. You know what I mean? Sabine was chilling with her helmet off 75% of the time in Rebels. And she's a Mandalorian. You know what I mean? Like, Bo-Katan, she took her helmet off multiple times in The Mandalorian. And she's still a Mandalorian. So I get, it's like for their kind of covert, their kind of clan, it's like he's essentially kicked out of it unless he goes and does what she says over on Mandalore, but he can't really do that either. And it's cool to get more of that backstory too of what happened with Bo-Katan and the Darksaber and Moff Gideon, because she had a lot of hate for him, and we were like, how did he get the Darksaber and things like that. And at the end we were like, well, why won't you take it now? You took it before from Sabine. And we found out why, because she didn't win it in combat. She thinks that's why everything happened to Mandalore and to them, and why everything got destroyed. And she probably does blame herself a little bit, I mean, I'm sure she knew that you're supposed to win it in combat. Again, when I was watching Rebels, I was like, Sabine should keep it. But I mean, with the story they were telling and her being with, our kind of group with the Ghost and stuff, she couldn't really keep it, go unite Mandalore and stay with our group. So it was kind of like a spot in the story. But it's cool that they did come back around and explain that. But regardless, guys, fantastic episode. I enjoyed it. I know this is Book of Boba Fett. We're supposed to be focusing on Boba Fett. It doesn't really upset me. It doesn't bother me much. I think it was a great episode. I think it was great action and stuff like that. And I'm sure most people will agree, but they're probably going to say that, maybe it should have been in The Mandalorian as opposed to in Boba Fett's show, which, you can argue either way. All I'm saying is I'm here to enjoy Star Wars content, and I just enjoyed some Star Wars content, man. But guys, let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. Like always, if you guys did enjoy this reaction video, make sure to leave a like if you guys are new to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Full reaction will be up on Patreon, as well as early access to the next 2 episodes. You guys want to check that out, link in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. What is going on, guys? I hope you all did enjoy that video you just checked out. If you did, make sure to drop a like and comment down below. What is something you guys want to see me react to next on the channel? I want to give a couple quick shout outs to some of my highest tier supporters over on Patreon, man. Shout out to the homie That's So Gordo, the homie Alexander Collins, and the homie Christopher Larimer. Shout out to you guys for the support. Much appreciated. If you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon. You get early access to stuff 2-3 weeks in advance to YouTube, as well as full-length reactions. The link is on screen right now, as well as in the description down below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.